All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions about the end of the day. Who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friends Dylan and Michael.
Good Monday.
And yeah, so before we jump into today's episode, we're going to have to ask you to follow us on Twitter at WRK Pod, Instagram at WRK Podcast, and hit up our Patreon page, patreon.com/WRK Pod. It's a good time. Just join the conversations, join the pictures, give us those little heart emojis that let us know that you care.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on everything you're listening to, you know? Let us know.
Join along in the fun. Get fucked up.
Yeah, let us know that we look like fat lesbians. Like, we get it. Just let us know.
Yeah.
It's more validating coming from you guys, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I can call these guys a fat lesbian, and they just don't believe me.
I mean, when my mom says it, it's a little bit worse, but...
Yeah, when your mom called me a fat lesbian, I got really upset.
That's why I stopped going to church. Kept telling me I look like a fat lesbian, so I was like, I don't believe in God anymore.
Would God make me look like a fat lesbian?
Exactly.
No.
But yeah, so, and if you're enjoying the show, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so we can get that custom URL. We're almost there, boys and girls.
Yep.
There's Z's and Zaz. Let's do it. Let's pull together. Let's get that subscription count up on YouTube so we can get that custom URL. Make sure you're following and subscribing on all the audios that you're listening to as well. And yeah, thanks for stopping in, and we will catch you after this groovy beat. Well, if you made it this far, you're in for a treat. If you're a longtime listener of the show, you're gonna know we've brushed on this topic multiple times in the past, and we're just like we can't get too into it because that's a whole episode in and of itself. So yeah, project or Operation Paperclip.
Yep,
We're finally here.
Yep, we get a paperclip and we go around and we try to sell it to somebody for something else that might be worth more than a paperclip.
Or we are making actual projects out of paper clips, which little
Paperclips are
art,
handy.
sculptures, and stuff like that.
You can do anything.
I also saw a video for 3 cool tricks you can do with the paper clip. So I mean,
I bet you could pick locks with paper clips.
yeah, maybe that
You could do
too.
anything.
Four tricks you could do with paper clips,
Damn.
but not that kind of paper clip. Not today.
No, we're talking about the
No, Nazis.
yeah. Glad I didn't pick that for word of the day. That would have been a little too soon. Almost was. Whew. But yeah, it's the acquisition of Nazi scientists and engineers, technicians. It's I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Operation Paperclip in itself.
Yes, me too. But I mean, it'd be rather us have these powerful minds than the Soviets.
Right. And that's kind of how it gets framed. But if you look at the timeline of what happened, like that's not what happened at all. Like we started acquiring them a year before the Soviets had the idea.
So it's
Right.
It starts off fucking right at 45. What they call it? I can't remember what the first name of it was.
Operation not as cool of a name as Paperclip.
Yeah, something like that. It was Project Overcast.
Yeah.
And then that was just fucking let's get these Nazi scientists, yo. Like fuck.
Hell yeah.
I mean, why not? It's a good idea. So say if I was in charge of the country at the time and that's what fucking we were, going out, I'd be like, let's get these fucking scientists.
Most scientific advances come from like horrible experiments on people and shit like that,
Yeah, which is terrible. I mean, I don't think
mean-
it's a good thing, but that happened,
But yes.
and I mean, even though we got, think like we're in the country that got the better scientists, so that's pretty cool. But like, also at the same time, our country still bends us over, spanks us, treats us like dirt. So
Yeah, that's
I don't
where
know.
like the technological boom of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s like was built on the back of genocide. And you really get a firm grasp on that reality when you're looking at Operation Paperclip.
Right. That, human sacrifice, it's whatever.
Not the
Would
first
that
time
be
in
would
history.
that'd be called a sacrifice since you're sacrificing to science? Is that right?
I think it's still called genocide.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, doing it to one person, you're sacrificing someone.
Sacrificial genocide.
Or is it, I just don't know if sacrifice has like more of a like religious type of hold to it or not.
No, I don't think so.
Right. I guess like yeah, never mind. That's just usually when I hear it, but yeah, I don't know. Genocide works. Genocide fits.
Population control, dudes.
Yeah, I don't know, but so like we got 1,600 Nazi German scientists, engineers, and technicians through it. Recruited through Operation. Recruited through the operations included people like Werner von Braun. We talk about him on the show quite a bit. He and his V2 rocket team were just entirely handpicked.
Let's make rockets and go to the moon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Werner von Braun, he's the guy whose factory had Jews hanging from cranes in it, just slow workers.
Yeah.
So,
was it like how many? He did like multiple. He hung like multiple Jews too. Like I don't even think you said it was the first, but I think it was just like what I looked into is saying like multiple people fucking hung a day, and it's like, damn dog, that's like running from a bear, and you only need to push one friend down to get away from the bear, but
yeah, it's the
in this case, in this case, you both get fucked,
Damn.
Make sure you're the sixth slowest working person there.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's why you're the slowest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this is where it's like touch and go with me. It's like we literally have awards like named after this guy.
Right.
And he has one of the things when they were like taking down Civil War monuments, they're like, well, we don't have statues of Nazis. Like, actually we do. We actually do go to fucking New Mexico space camp.
They have another award too. Like not even for Von Braun, but one of his buddies, and it's like, holy shit. Like, is there an award for all the worst fucking Nazi scientists? Because like it kind of feels like it. Probably given at a high school or something, or like an elementary school for a science fair project or something, Yeah.
Well, and the ones that didn't want to work for a different country ended up getting tried and hung in Nuremberg.
Yep.
Yeah. Nuremberg trials? When did those start? I don't.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
Just like even year, was it kind of right after? Because wasn't that when we were really like, okay, we got to decide to start this, propaganda up so we can start taking these Nazis?
I think it started way after because I thought they were like super old and shit after that. I don't know. Maybe they're still going on. They're still going on, right?
If they catch one that got away.
Yeah, they still find them.
Well, I think a guy recently.
Yeah, Ivan the Terrible.
Yeah. Recently, was it? I don't. Was it him? There was one guy they said that was like 92 or 91 or some shit.
Out at his house in Ohio or some shit.
Yeah, that's Ivan the Terrible.
Damn it, Ivan.
He was the guy. He was the famous. Man, I don't remember if it was Auschwitz, but he would dismember Jews with a longsword as they were going into the gas chamber.
Damn.
Just for like the fun of it.
Yeah, just got his rocks off.
Mm-hmm.
And those people built NASA.
Which, I don't know. Are we thankful that, our country's fucking us over, but at least we're in a good position?
Nah.
I mean, it feels like we're getting bent over, really. It feels like we're not in a good position, but I mean, thank God I'm not in thank God I don't live in fucking Libya, you know? Thank God I wasn't born in Libya or something.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like,
I mean, like, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even know about any of this until like post dropping out of college.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, this shit got blown up in like, I think it was around like the 90s.
Whitewashed.
Like around the 90s and shit was when it got fucking brought to light. I think that's whenever the freedom of information was.
They didn't really just tell nobody about it.
Yeah, no, they just don't. It's just like something that people just don't talk about.
Yeah, we just
like, oh yeah, Wernher von Braun, like the guy that helped build the first rocket. It's like, oh yeah, he also was a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
We just left that part out. It's just a white lie. But I mean, it's like, it's just a white lie. That's the worst way to put it. But
did you guys read into like about the journalist chick that broke the story?
No.
She so it was like this journalist when she got all the information, the freedom of information and shit. So she like requested it from the government. And apparently they sent her a bill for $125,000 saying like this is what it's gonna cost you, or this is what it costs you, or some shit for the information you got. But she's like the first journalist, I guess. Fucking what's her nuts? I don't know, to break the story. That's pretty nuts, I think. Linda Hunt. Insane. And that's like fucking, 40 years after. I'm trying to remember when I watched the show, when I was watching the show Hunters, which is talking about basically the same fucking thing. And I think in that timeline, which is, I think it's based off of like a real kind of group of people that were going, after Nazis. Yeah. What timeline would that be?
I think it was the 60s, wasn't it?
60s or 70s, maybe 60s. Yeah, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, it's very controversial subject.
Right. I even remember I can't remember where, if it was the Nuremberg trials, even like right after that, one of the guys that was like trying to be free, or what year it was, and like one of the journalists from those trials just recognized him and were like, oh, well, that guy's a Nazi. So what's going on? I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah, they would there's a documentary called The Devil Next Door on Netflix, and it's about Ivan the Terrible being, he's just chilling at his house in Cleveland, and one day someone recognizes him, and it's like the whole story of them trying to deport him to Israel to stand trial for his crimes against the Jewish people. Damn.
That's insane.
It's weird how they pick and choose who they want to,
let out in society.
Yeah.
Be like, no, and the whole thing with like von Braun and his V2 rocket team, they only had to sign a 1-year contract, and all crimes were forgiven.
Really? Damn.
A 1-year contract.
Jesus.
Damn.
But then most of them stuck around with NASA because they
had really good fucking jobs and getting paid fuckloads of money.
Yeah, and they stuck around for like 20 plus years.
Treated like fucking celebrities, like,
yeah.
Jesus. That's what I found. I feel like I've heard that before, but when they were talking about the people that went to like the Soviets or whatever, like they were treated like shit, like not like, I guess I don't know how shitty they were treated. Do you guys know like how shitty? Because I know they were second class.
They were prisoners of war, is how they were treated.
Mm-hmm. And they said that when they were done with them and got like what they wanted from them, they were like, okay, going back to Germany, get the fuck back. We got all the information we need from you. That's what one of this chick who was like interviewing a bunch of people that like were from there, like finding scientists and shit, or I think she did, or our country did, but saying how like they don't even know what experiments were going on in Russia because they were just there to give their research and shit. Like they weren't there to, fucking figure out how to build rockets and chemical warfare and all this shit. They were just there to like give their, information and research. And I was like, damn, like, you guys didn't use them at all. Like, you're already treating them like shit. They're already the second-class citizens. Like, you kind of can make them do whatever you want, but were they being more humane? I guess not, or I don't know. Sending them back to Germany, was that like, I don't know. It's just a weird situation. It feels like would they go back to Germany and get treated like shit there too? Because I mean, didn't Germany like they fucking banned like fucking all Nazi shit, like contraband and stuff? Didn't they like?
Yeah.
I mean, if
they're
you
like,
were,
oh yeah, we know this is bad. Let's put it behind us and learn
right.
from it.
Like, how are you gonna hide from that when you go back to Germany? Like, I don't know.
People are gonna know you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, Germany was also in rubbles at the time too, so
That's
it's like
that too.
Go hide in a cottage somewhere.
Like or just like reinvent yourself.
Yeah, how hard would it be?
Like they did when they came here. Like, I mean, there were Nazis in America that weren't a part of Project Paperclip or Operation Paperclip.
They didn't.
They were just like, oh well, the best way to hide from my enemy is to hide in plain sight.
Right.
I'm going to Cleveland, Ohio.
Who would look at Cleveland,
Ohio?
Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever fucking thought?
Think about today. If we created, and did this whole shit with our scientists, and later on someone sees Bill and I, and they're like, bro, you were the guy doing all the experiments on those fucking Mexicans, dude. Like, oh my God, it's you, that just comes to my head. Back in the day, they probably, I mean, I guess they probably had like newspapers and shit though, but I mean, TV shows, nothing. How would you recognize anyone? Did they like science more back in the day? Did they follow that shit more? Like, did they even know about them? Like, I'm kind of curious as like in Germany, how much, like, how famous were they in Germany for knowing Hitler and shit? Like, did other people know of them? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Well, a lot of them were, before they were in the Nazi party, were just scientists and engineers.
Right.
But then they're complacent at the best we can give them, complacent in the capture, torture, and genocide of the Jewish people.
Mm.
And
there's a lot of them.
And a lot of them participated.
Right. There's a lot. Like, how can you can't really get familiar with faces when there's a lot, except for like the top dogs, which people are definitely familiar with those guys.
We got 1,600. Russia got 2,200. So that's 3,800 notable scientists that are sought after for the experiments that they were doing on people and their engineering skills.
Bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking people that were doing some fucked up shit.
Then you think about how many people were involved, dude, when they were like, I think there was like number somewhere that there was like 1 million people or some shit, or over 1 million that was like, oh, well, these guys would be involved, should have probably faced trial, but that number got cut down to like fucking like 600K of people who were, I don't know, it kept boiling down to the number, and eventually it was only like, I can't even remember, like a couple thousand or some shit that were imprisoned, or 500 or 50. So just some insanely small number of people who actually just got imprisoned for it, compared to all the people that were involved in it,
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not even saying like all the people, the scientists that we took. Oh, like the amount of scientists that we took from each side was way more than the amount of people that went to prison for it. And then you think about all the fucking millions of people that were involved or some shit, or
yeah, well,
it's like, fuck, all these monsters, there's I don't know.
Yeah, and you're talking so say it's just 1 million. There were like 6.2 million casualties of the concentration camps just in its own, not including factory workers like in Bronze camp that, oh, you didn't work fast enough today, have fun hanging from the crane so your dead body can set an example for the workers tomorrow.
They were talking about,
like, that's where
do you think they like communicated with each other and said, bro, you think you're tough? I've been hanging fucking Jews outside of my fucking place on cranes if they're slow. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just
definitely did. They were definitely flexing on each other.
Like they were flexing. They're flexers, man. That's what they were. They were, from what I feel like I understand about them, I feel like they're a little hardcore.
Yeah, well, I sit outside my bedroom window and snipe them all day long.
I don't know.
Some Schindler's List shit.
Yep.
I just think, that the amount of people that actually got kind of in trouble for it, it's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's very minuscule.
But more insane, the people that didn't get in trouble for it, I can't. That
would be like even today, like especially with like how easily information gets transferred today. Like if someone was like, well, these 30 ISIS doctors, they're really going to help us advance, I don't know, a vaccine of some sort.
They're going to give us better ibuprofen.
So we're going to give them a 1-year contract and then they're free to go of all the crimes that they committed.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of like, it's hard there's not like a Nazi global power like there is. I know ISIS was a creation of the United States, but
do you think though with the scientific discoveries that they found, like how long would it take us to figure out that on our own to where, I mean, like, I don't know, does it save, even though they should be, burned on the cross and shit like that for some of the stuff they did, but I mean, shit, I wonder how many lives were saved. It'd be cool to see. I'm not saying it'd be, it's cool. It'd be cool to see like
so you bring
a number system to see how many lives now were saved because of modern technology. Probably a fuckload.
I see what you mean.
Or the early advancement in technology,
right? Like how many lives?
The early advancement in medicine.
So what
and
you
stuff
just
like
do
that.
is you tell them, just come over here for a year. Let us know everything that's going on, and you can go on your way. Crime free, whatever, and then when they're got their bags packed and they're ready to go, and you just shoot them in the back of the head.
That could work too.
You get all their information,
right? But I wonder what this is something that always made me super curious because of the show Hunters. I'm sure it's a lot of fiction inside of that. Which, I mean, I know the show is kind of fiction, but, kind of based around a real group of people hunting Nazis, or at least looking for them. And, I wonder if these Nazis were actually, I know there's Nazi groups, but were they actually still committing crimes as Nazi groups in America? Or were they just kind of groups of people that were like, we're Nazis, but we don't kill people now, but we're Nazis?
Do you think that they probably didn't just switch over and be like, oh, well, America has a white supremacy group called the KKK, and now we're part of that.
That could, that would make perfect sense.
There is a shit ton of, you'll find it all over the place in Arizona, of Nazi memorabilia.
Oh, I believe it.
Like the amount of Nazis that were probably hanging out in Scottsdale is just
in Arizona.
Yeah.
Why in Arizona?
I don't know.
Just there.
It doesn't make sense because it's not their climate, but
yeah.
Well, neither was Argentina, but
right.
Yeah.
And there's whole civilizations in Argentina that speak German, and it's just tall blonde women with blue eyes.
There's a scientist. One of the scientists this bitch was talking about. I can't remember if it was Schneider or Schreiber.
Yeah, I think it's Schreiber. I have him in here too.
Who got in trouble, was supposed to go to prison. I think got the charges dropped, came to America, and then someone found him out, and so he went to Argentina. Like this guy.
Not only he went to Argentina, he was assisted in his escape to Argentina with the U.S. military's help.
Probably. I mean, they wanted him as a scientist. I don't even remember why he fucking he was somehow. Oh yeah, that was the guy that when some of the trial investigators and shit recognized him as a Nazi.
Yeah, and they recognized him because of his human experiments that he would do on test subjects.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on death row and prison death row, should we be able to do experiments on him?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a philosophical question that I'm not prepared to answer today.
Okay.
Yes and no.
I mean, how wouldn't that further
maybe if you volunteer
Wouldn't that further our advance in fucking human side? I don't know.
I mean, it would be. I think people would get behind it more than just killing Jews for scientific experiments. You know.
Well, man, you don't even have to like kill them though. You can just be like slipping like pills to make them into walruses.
Can we just say
one of the things that these people like? I don't remember if it was exactly this guy off the top of my head, but like one of the scientists that got away forever was he would every time they would capture twins, Jewish, black, gypsy, didn't matter. He would literally put them in concrete rooms side by side, and he would stab one of them and go in the other room and see if the other one would feel it.
Bro, I remember like five or
Dr.
like
Mangloff, wasn't it, or whatever?
I don't know. I saw something about it like 10 years ago. It feels like. Right?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he got caught. Right?
He might have, because I remember there was a video, and one of the survivors sent like a letter to him or something, or like wrote a letter to him to like forgive him and shit, even though it was fucked up. I don't know. I can't believe I watched that. I totally forgot about that. Fucking like that was like 8 years ago. I remember reading about that shit, what he would do to twins.
Nope, he died fucking in Brazil.
I think all of the scientists in Operation Paperclip, at least as far as we know, are dead. I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, 99% of the people from World War II are dead at this point.
I was gonna say, like, there's no. I mean, but you know, there's theories and stuff that go around, but it's like, I mean, people still think like people were cloned, or well, maybe not people, but like Hitler was cloned or some shit, or put on ice or some shit, you know. But
Walt Disney style.
I think they said he'd be, when I was watching it, he'd be somewhere around like 115 to like 120.
What if Walt Disney was Hitler?
He was a Hitler supporter.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of Hitler supporters, or Ford, Nazi,
the Bushes,
yeah,
fucking not Harrison Ford. What the fuck is the guy? The Ford Henry Ford, huge Nazi supporter. Right. The Bush family set up Citibank to support the Nazis.
Actually,
they invested in the company Triton just to support the Nazis over U.S.
I think that's crazy. When did we start? When did they start sending the Jews to the camps? Was that like? I honestly have forgotten when they
like before the war even started.
Was it? I can't remember like what happened like after World War I that they were. I don't know, some shit. I can't remember what was
the brown shirts versus the red shirts. The Socialist Party, which became the Nazi Party, blamed Jewish people for the financial burden that the German country or the country was going to have to pay because of World War I.
What a bunch of
other shit, like just all kinds of shit. Adolf Hitler was able to convince half the people of the country that he was right and they were wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. Germany's such a fucking small little place.
It's not that close, but
I mean, it looked closer if you took Walt Disney's mustache and shaved the sides off of it, gave him a old fucking what's it called? God, what is it?
Like Tony Stark.
A stinky Hitler or whatever. What's that called? Stinky Hitler or whatever, where you fucking smudge your poop right under their nose. I don't know. Some shit we talked about when we were fucking in junior high.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't remember that one, but
I don't remember it either. I remember someone telling me about
your
it.
Poop or their poop?
You're thinking of a Dirty Sanchez.
Man. Oh, maybe it is a Dirty Sanchez. Yeah.
It's just a mustache. Oh, yeah.
Wait, the mustache is Dirty Sanchez, or Dirty Sanchez is the
poop mustache?
Oh, I thought it was fucking someone with Hitler and they just smudged the fucking shit.
I mean, you could.
Maybe that's something Cartman did in South Park. I don't know. I don't remember these things.
Maybe you've done it before and you just don't remember.
I don't know.
If you've ever been a part of this,
I'll just go home and try it out and see if I like it or not.
So, Operation Paperclip is still to this day defended by U.S. officials as a quote-unquote U.S. military advantage during the Cold War and space race. They also say that it was a direct response to the Soviet Union's Operation Ozafakim, which is in one night in October 22nd, 1946, they forcibly detained 2,200 German scientists specialists and engineers, including their family members. And basically what we were talking about earlier, they took all the information they could from them and kind of sent them on their way.
Yeah.
But the reason that the U.S. Officials' stance on this being a countermeasure to the Soviet Union doesn't line up is because this is after it had already started happening. But on September 3rd, so prior, September 3rd, 1946, President Truman officially approved Operation Paperclip, placing 1,000 German scientists under temporary limited military custody. This is after we had already had 200.
Damn. And then it kept going up. Like,
yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, we're only doing this because the Russians are doing it." It's like, no, like you've been doing it,
right? They were like, "We got to make sure that they don't."
They're doing it because we're doing it.
Yeah,
it's like the Russian straw man has been,
which I mean,
thing for a little bit longer than
I'm glad. See, that's just something that I think another point brings up that I was thinking about. They got what information they needed from the Jews. I mean, from the Nazi scientists. Sorry, I'm already a little drunk. They got the information they needed and threw them back. And, it makes you think we probably could have done the same thing, I mean, it escalated. We let them do research, but in the end, we could have just thrown them back.
Yeah, but great minds are great minds.
I mean, yeah, but it's great minds can teach other minds.
They may have done horrible things, but great minds are still great minds.
I think research is what makes it. I feel like there's a lot of great minds, but they did the fucking research. They did the research, and that once we got research and their information, I mean, we could have taken that and gone with it. Instead, we tried to tell everyone these were good Nazis. These Nazis weren't the fucking Nazis hanging Jews. These were good Nazis, I want to know how much propaganda of that went on. Like, I almost want to see, like, if it was in, like, newspaper articles and, like, on the radio or some shit. Like, if they were like, oh, my gosh, these Nazis were so nice. I can't believe some of those bad Nazis in Germany. They were crazy, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, and these people, the V2 rocket team ended up being in Houston. The Houston area,
right? But
they were in New York, and then can you imagine, like, the two places that you don't want to be as an enemy of the United States is New York City and fucking Texas, and that's where they fucking place the V2 rocket team,
hiding in plain sight, man.
So, doing back to your other thing though, like you're talking about how there's no. I understand there is no good Nazi, but okay. Listen to this. What happens when people with guns come into your house and be like, okay, you coming with us or we're going to kill your family, just like Russia did with them? You're going to fucking do it.
Oh, right. Well,
Even if you are a German citizen, they're going to fucking do that shit.
Well, no, of course, like, and that's where
I think he was just memeing a little bit about propaganda.
Yeah, there was, but yeah, no, I think that brings up another good point is that everyone looks at the Nazis as, bad fucking disco, because we hear the stories of these really bad people, but I'm sure there was fucking plenty of normal fucking Nazis. It's a they're thinking about government and stuff like that. Like, they're not
right.
Well, the Nazi it was a club, the Socialist Club of Germany. That was a club. It was like you had to apply to be a Nazi. You could be a German soldier, but you had to apply. Like they denied people from becoming Nazis. So you had to actually. It was like an application
until they took over.
Well, even after, like, SS.
All German. Well, that's the specialized.
We just call it the Nazi army.
Is the specialized.
Well, right, yeah, it's the special.
But all German soldiers at that point were in the Nazi regime.
Correct. Yes, but they weren't in the Nazi Socialist Club. Like, they're not in the club.
They're not.
Like Werner von Braun, all these guys, like
they were SS.
Yes, in the club.
They were SS. Correct.
Yeah.
Special.
Like, there's a difference between Nazi and the Nazi army.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very distinct, because it'd be like, so you don't like George W. Bush, but you're in the army. You're a part of Bush's army. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
that.
I think
as opposed to being like I'm in the fucking Skull and Bone Society.
There was stories of people talking about whether because I read a few looking into some of the bigger people and their family members and what they knew about what their family had done. And then, but there is a lot of people saying, I came across a lot that was of people who were like children or grandchildren of these people. And they were like, well, they were really good. Like, they were good people and we know what they did. And they would talk to us about stuff. But then, I mean, it makes you think this, I remember in one interview, this really old guy was saying, and my dad was a good man. And I was like, even the person talking was like, well, I mean, he might be, but I remember she was talking about one of the big bad scientists, and she got an interview with the son of him, and he didn't even know all the shit that his dad did, and he had clippings and news information. He had the court trial records that he gave her, and didn't know, I think, something about him fucking killing, I think his dad killed 6,000 Jews that had some disease or something like that. I can't remember, but he was just like, holy fuck, my dad did that, and she had the records and everything, and he just was like, no, I don't want my dad's shit. I don't want anything of his. Take all the records. I don't even want to know.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that happened in the documentary with Ivan the Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's people were like, he's the best neighbor I've ever had. He's a great father and grandfather. They're I don't understand. That's why it's called The Devil Next Door.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. That's
interesting. Super slow. If you're not a documentary watcher, I don't recommend it. But I fucking love documentaries.
How long was it? How long do you think?
I think it's 4 episodes, and they're all an hour long.
Damn. Okay.
I didn't finish it, but I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I
got the gist of it.
Well, then The Boys came out, and then I kind of forgot about it until today.
Of course.
I forgot entirely about it until today.
I don't think I want to go watch it. Fucking 4 hours, we
might even be longer than that.
Did we do an episode all on Ivan?
No.
I can't remember. Or we just talked about him.
I think he's just came up once before.
Anyways, those crazy Nazis. God damn it.
Yeah, so
you crazy Nazis. Get off of my lawn.
So the V2 rocket team was picked to be a part of the U.S. intelligence before even the U.S. intelligence knew about them. They were sought out after a post-German war team, I guess. They were called they were all put into a group, I guess. So they were already grouped together, is what I'm trying to say. And it was called the Forschungsgemeinschaft, which means the Defense Research Association.
You have to yell it.
Where's Forschungsgemeinschaft?
We're Forschungsgemeinschaft.
Yeah, I didn't. Come on, AJ. You took German.
I took German, and so I was able to put out how it would be pronounced.
Right.
But reading it fast, I haven't spoken German in so many years. I'm just I read it, and I was just what the fuck is that? And I had to I made my screen bigger around the word, and I was like, how would I pronounce that?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's we're Forschungsgemeinschaft.
Awesome.
But the basically defense research team.
Yeah.
But they were handpicked before they lost the war, and then their file was I guess found. I believe is how they put together the von Braun team that they brought over, because it was all the same team that designed the V2 rocket. It's fucking.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we got a second-hand team.
It was like American Idol or the X Factor for picking the scientists. They're probably out there performing and shit. I don't know. It's just crazy to me that they fucking went through and found.
Well, we kind of held a gun to their head too when we brought them over. It's look, you're not gonna like what happens if you don't come work with us.
That's what I mean. What are they gonna? You're not gonna say no. First of all, better than prison, better than going to South America.
Yeah, dying a millionaire is way better than going to prison for war crimes.
Bro, and God, who was it? One of the guys, one of the scientists, fucking after he got cleared and became one of our scientists. I can't remember which one it was, but he got paid back all the money that he acquired. Like they gave like I think all the money that he acquired and what was said I think was money that he also got from gold, like stealing gold from the Jews. Like the money that he had,
ripping their fillings out and shit.
Once he got cleared, they gave him like it was like $1 million and something because that's what he had lost. So they gave it back to him and we're like, bro, here you go. Like this is how much we love you, buddy.
George
you Nazis are pretty cool people, you know.
George Soros and his fake uncle were accountants for the SS, and they would go around and steal wealth and property from captured or uncaptured Jewish people during World War II.
It's insane.
Damn. I need to go be an accountant.
That's insane.
I don't think that kind of accounting exists anymore.
Bro, there's a picture of one of the caves.
I guess the IRS, but
there's a picture of a cave that had like I thought it was dead bodies at first. And it was just all these brown bags just fucking lined up down this long ass cave just in brown bags. And they were like, this is all gold. This is all gold that was stolen from the Jewish people. And I'm like, I'm guessing they probably had way more rooms than just that. But it was just this one bunker looking room, this big fucking room with just fucking big old bags that were just gold. And I was like, oh my God, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, there's this one real famous World War II battle between General Patton's army and some German, insert German name here, where they were fighting over a city where the crown jewel was. And they found like 400 tons of gold stored away in the sewers. Jesus. And then when they came to move it, it was gone.
Huh. When we came to move it?
Yeah, like we won the battle, and then when they came to move it, it was like gone. Like,
oh, somebody grabbed it.
So yeah, so basically what I'm saying is a bunch of American soldiers all left with a bar of gold each.
Oh, right. So like the government came to move it. I was wondering like
the government came to move it, but their soldiers had already moved it.
Yeah, that's just distributing the wealth, you know.
I mean, you fight for your lives and give your soul up for this.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was one of those soldiers and I found all that gold down there, I'm sorry, I'm fucking taking some.
I'm taking as much as I can carry.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out of there like secondhand lion, dude.
That motherfucking gold is heavy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. That'd be insane. Your pockets are just like dragging on the floor.
Especially
how you doing, Jim?
In bars and Black Eagles.
Doing pretty all right.
Well, then all that Nazi gold that was in the basement of Tower 7 on 9/11 that went missing.
Yeah. On 9/11, fucking dude. Is it called Tower or Building 7? How do they
Building 7, Tower 7? I don't think
either way.
World Trade Center Tower 7.
The one that didn't get hit by a plane.
Yeah, the one that had an office fire but imploded.
Yeah. Awesome.
Don't trust Dunder Mifflin printers, okay? They will blow up.
Saber printers.
Saber printers. Yeah, my bad.
Saber printers start office fires.
Wait, I thought it was Sabre.
I don't know. I like the first 4 seasons of The Office, and that's about it. I like the rest of it, don't get me wrong, but the show, it peaks first 4 seasons. It
does peak.
It's amazing. Jim and Pam get together, and then you're like, all right, time to restart the show.
So this is one thing that I thought was really interesting about Paperclip is there's a group called the T-Force, and the T-Force was they went ahead of the rest of the armed forces while the enemy armies were retreating to keep them from destroying research and or keep it from people looting the research. And they were also the ones that were sent in to detain the scientists and engineers.
Was that like before maybe the scientists were able to escape?
Yeah, like they were like, as the enemy armies were retreating, they would go in. Could you imagine being like, I mean, that's like 1940s SEAL Team 6 without a Black Hawk helicopter.
Go Team Venture.
It's like doing all I picture in my head right now is fucking Inglourious Bastards. Fucking
Brad Pitt, that's what I think too.
Just fucking running through with his career, scalping people. Like, if I saw my homie get scalped, I'd fucking go with you too. Like,
you can sell a scalp.
I'm not about to get scalped, okay?
You can sell a scalp it's just on the black market for like
it's just not gonna happen.
So the first area that the T team or T-Force was going after was will later be distributed to the Soviet Union and East Germany. So they already had sacked all the major hubbas in East Germany before they gave it over to the Soviet Union.
Wait, before they gave what to this?
After World War II, they divided Germany in not half, but they divided into East and West Germany. And Soviet Union occupied the east side, and we occupied the west side.
But we went through the east side and sacked them,
and then gave it up to the Soviet Union.
We sacked their best scientists. Did we not want those scientists then? Or those the scientists that we sacked?
Well, the Russians didn't even want them. They let them go.
Right. They're probably so fucking stupid because they weren't the head people. But I mean, what do we do? Take the good ones, ransack the next level up? Is that what we did? Probably.
Yeah, basically that's what the T-Force did. Yeah.
Makes sense. Solve this equation right now or you're fucking dead.
So that's where it's annoying when like people, even like historians will be like, oh, well, we just did Operation Paperclip in response to Russia taking scientists. It's like, no, we preemptively made sure they didn't get good scientists or research and then gave them the shitty part of Germany.
Isn't that what you got to do though?
Yeah, I mean if you're
smart,
if you're gonna fucking,
I'm not saying
if you're predicting that you're gonna start a cold war with the country, yeah.
Listen, bro, you and your younger brother, are sharing this fucking cookie, right? Your mom makes you share it, so you got to cut it, and you cut it just a little bit bigger. You're taking that bigger half. You're not gonna take the smaller half.
Exactly.
You don't want to take the shitty part of Germany.
Well, it was only shitty because we had already rated it.
Exactly,
dude. That's
it's like your
chips off.
Yeah, it's like you're sharing a cookie with your brother, but you fucking before you cut it, you cut out all the chocolate chips on his half.
I want to know how less intelligent the fucking Russian scientists were than the scientists we grabbed. I mean, we grabbed. You know what I mean? Like
it's probably just the scientists that we didn't grab that they took. It probably
that's what I mean. Like how
worse
were they? But I mean, we took the good scientists. I'm saying they just had more information and were smarter. But I mean, like how less?
Maybe they didn't get. Maybe they. I mean, maybe what is intelligence?
Not like
intelligence
research. I like to say all minds, those bright minds. I think what really separates them is your amount of research that you have.
Wait, what?
But I'm saying though, like
I could have a basement full of research. It doesn't make me any more intelligent.
But I
mean, I'm not saying intelligence the wrong word in my opinion. Like what I'm getting at, it's not.
You're thinking
it's knowledge, right? Yeah. But I also,
I'm thinking knowledge, like use, because you could have a lot of knowledge about fucking poop facts, but not be useful to the United States government unless we're making poop bombs or something, you know.
Really, if we were making poop bombs.
I mean,
okay. I make a poop bomb every afternoon around 11.
But you know what I'm talking about, though. It's like these guys got knowledge to rockets, and that's who we were going after and stuff. We want these guys. We don't want the guys that have knowledge to poop factory.
Well, I mean, right, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, the knowledge. Yeah. Well, but I also think having more knowledge would just make you more intelligent. I mean, not necessarily it doesn't, but I think it kind of affects each other.
But you could be the smartest guy ever about poop. Like I'm saying, you could be the smartest guy ever about poop and like have the highest IQ ever, but this guy could know about rockets and not be as smart as you.
Right, exactly. The guy about poop would be more. I'm not saying all guys are more intelligent, but I think just having more knowledge,
the value of the knowledge
it hits your intelligence. Like it's gonna affect your intelligence. You know, not necessarily saying, because I get what you mean. Like someone could know a lot, but just not be as intelligent. I get that.
I mean, the usefulness is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, the value of
the value of what he knows. Because somebody could know a shit ton and be intelligent.
Right. That wouldn't. I think the value of what you know would be
like we don't need a tank engineer because we already have the Tiger tank. But we need rockets, so we're bringing the rocket scientists.
I don't mean the guy who knows is less intelligent, but he would just get like. I think having like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't make him more intelligent than the guy who's more intelligent, but it would still give him more intelligence by having that extra information.
So what are we're arguing about the intelligence, or are we arguing about how the United States gets?
I'm confused about Dylan's thought process.
Same here.
I'm very confused.
Same here.
I mean, I'm just saying, you've got more knowledge about something. It's going to make you think differently, giving you more intelligence. I'm not going to say it's going to make you think more. You're not more intelligent than someone else, but it's going to make you more intelligent.
Right. But okay. So listen to this. I'm not a very smart guy. I don't have that high level of intelligence. But say Stephen Hawking's wanted to do concrete. He couldn't do fucking concrete because he doesn't know.
I think the best way to put it would be you versus yourself. But if you had more information on a topic, you'd have more knowledge. But I think knowing that more would just make you more intelligent than your other self.
Right.
That's all I'm going at.
But the initial question that you had brought up was that the Soviets got, you were talking about less intelligent or not as good scientists as
less
United
then
States.
maybe I think less knowledge would have been the better term. I don't think
less valuable.
No,
scientists?
knowledge.
I think the value.
I think value is where I think
because it's like, so you line up the factory. You've got a tank's engineer, a rocket engineer, and a doctor that's been studying how to do da 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 da
for fucking 90 years.
So we need a doctor and a rocket guy. We just leave the tank guy behind.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the value of what you know.
I know.
It's not really like the smartness of the person though.
No,
or the intelligence
I'm not
of the
saying,
person.
But I mean the value of the knowledge, which by the knowledge of what they have. You're right. That's what I mean is how less knowledgeable. But I still think I mean I know intelligence was the wrong word to use.
How less knowledgeable though? Like
less
knowledgeable about what though?
Vaccines, chemical warfare, shit like that. That's what I mean is how less information were they giving Russia than they were to us. Intelligence was the wrong word, but I still stand by. I think having more knowledge will make you more intelligent.
More. I'm confused. Let's go past this one. I'm confused as fuck, Dylan. You're confusing me.
Yeah, you confused the shit out of me too.
Dude.
I don't get how it's confusing, but it's whatever.
Well, you said like 4 things, then disagreed with yourself, then said you were right.
I'm not disagreeing with myself. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying I'm saying you're right in the fact that knowledge is,
I just meant like your first monologue about it just confused the shit out of me. I'm still trying to catch up.
Right. Like I said, intelligent wasn't, when I was saying it, I should have said knowledge, but I think intelligence still gets affected by knowledge. I don't know. We'll just fucking move on.
I'm even too confused to like try to figure out what the fuck is happening right now.
That's hurting my soul. I can't even.
It seemed like you guys were following along. Can't believe you can't catch on.
Well, I was with it for like 20 seconds, and then like I don't know.
Hell no.
But yeah, so basically the T-Force, their main role was they didn't want the scientists to flee to other countries with the soldiers, which was a huge problem, leaving to countries that were sympathizers like Egypt, Italy, and Argentina. So like they would be, because
say it again real quick.
They wanted to make sure that the scientists were not fleeing the country itself with the soldiers to, it's like Italy, Egypt, and Argentina were 3 of the biggest non-hands-on supporters of the Nazi regime.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to make sure that they didn't take anything of value, because like a soldier, if you've already won the war and they're retreating, the soldier is not that valuable to you.
Right.
An officer, commander, and the scientists and shit like that, that's super valuable to you. But they wanted to make sure that they didn't take the valuable shit with them, like the information that they wanted, the scientists that they wanted.
So they'd go and like raid and get the paperwork before they burned it all and all that other shit.
And they catch the dude of the paper shredder, like, oh fuck, I should have not done this last file.
Got that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
T-Force. What would T stood for?
I don't know.
Terrestrial.
Titties.
Titty Force?
Titty Force. That's what I would call it.
They probably did, the people in it.
They come home and be like, yeah, I was part of the T-Force in World War II. And they'll be like, what was that? The Titty Force.
But I thought it was kind of crazy. I I don't know if you have this in your notes about Camp King, but that was they called it a black site. Which do you know what a black site is?
Yeah, that's one of those. It's like a deep state government thing. Like when like black site, black project is when the Pentagon charges $50,000 for a hammer, kind of thing.
That's what. Yeah, 10,000 for a hammer or some shit. Yeah,
like Area 51.
It said some of those top scientists were camped there, and that's where they were starting. Like that's when like I don't know. But this is what they were saying, is that's like where MK Ultra was like started. Like that's where they were at Camp King, was with these scientists. That's where they started. Trying to do like mind. I don't know about mind control. But I just know like the program. I think MK Ultra is what they said was started there.
I mean, I believe
mind control, because Hitler was all about trying to do fucking
propaganda, dude.
No, he was all about trying to get to the fucking other dimensions and shit like that. He was all about trying to get fucking to what the monks could do without drugs and shit. Like we have to use drugs and shit to get to. It's weird.
Yeah, not a lot of time to meditate during the day when you're not a monk.
You're right on that.
Living off of fucking tree leaves,
berries,
and shit. Taking care of your pet bugs.
Hey, crickets are very good.
That's my lucky cricket.
When are you gonna have time to pray if you're having fucking funerals for all the crickets that people are stepping on? Where's the time? Okay, where's the time go?
So this is where the whole story of Paperclip bugs the shit out of me. The amount of awards that scientists and engineers received, it just drives me insane. Like notable national United States awards. Like, so NASA's Distinguished Service Medal is the highest award you can get from NASA. Like Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, guys like that have that award. So does Kurt DeBus, Eberhard Rees, Arthur Rudolph, and Werner von Braun. They were all given the medal in 1969. And Ernest Geisler was later awarded the medal in 1973.
I mean, they did get to the moon. And who is NASA, really? But a bunch of liars.
True. I just think like to the extent where like
the award,
like here's an award. Like do you think Elon Musk is gonna give a fucking war criminal or sympathizer a SpaceX award?
All right,
probably not. But dude, I think cool as hell to see Donald Trump go up to space.
One of the ladies,
Donald Trump and Kanye West,
Among Us style.
One of the people that got outed as like a bad Nazi scientist. Like one of the top bad ones, I guess. I can't remember who it was, which scientist it was, if it was Schreiber or whatever. But I think it was Kurt DeBus. Fucking they're giving out awards for him still to this day. And the one of the ladies who like asked the college or whoever it was that gave out the award, they're like why are you guys like what do you guys say? And they were like, well, we don't really want to talk about it or something like that. Something like that. And she was like, well, can I ask, like, at least, like, what do you tell other people, who've asked about it, And they're like, no one's ever asked about it before. Like, you're the first person to ever ask why we. and yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of crazy, I think.
Yeah, like, we're, like, legitimately naming things after not, like, they named a crater on the moon after Werner von Braun.
Yeah, I mean, but how bad is everything that is bad in this world is what you gotta say, like, so should we stop naming things after George Jefferson and George Washington because they were
they have.
I know. Is that the right thing to do?
Yeah, I think so.
We should take away everything that.
Fuck yeah. If you were, I don't care what today's view of morality. Wait, did I say it?
Probably.
I mean, it makes sense.
Today's
I don't know if that's what you're trying to say.
Sorry, I think
sense.
so.
Yeah.
I'm a little toasted. I can't.
It makes sense.
But fucking yeah. Today's like views of morality are so much different than back then, and it's like I don't care if it was okay back then. It's like that's whatever you did was not okay. I would treat you like a criminal if you were teleported to this day and age, and I knew the shit you did. I'd treat you like a fucking criminal. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
But so we should get rid of all of it though, and not learn from it. We should just get rid of it all.
Well,
I mean,
not learning from it and I think memorializing something that was not right.
We should keep the award, but it should go to like the worst person. Like the worst person this year going to prison should get that award.
And the award that you get is like you acquire someone's student loan debt.
That'd be a great
I don't know. It's like an award, but like you get punished at like here's your medal and here's you owe $40,000 to USC now.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
But I think learning from it is a good idea. But it's like fuck, like it wasn't, because for the longest, I don't know. Maybe it was a good idea though, because with people that we kept statues of, it kept their memory. The things we've kept learning about throughout history, I think it was almost a good thing that it stayed with us for so long. Because think about if we just stopped talking about them today's day and age, we wouldn't be paying attention to how people are trying to change things and change their views. So the reason that they, like Christopher Columbus, fucking thank God he stayed, he's such a prevalent person of history, because now today's day and age, people are like, wait a second, he fucking pillaged and killed people, and that shit circulates.
And also made America, also brought whatever over to America and stuff like that. But also, it's like, yeah, you got to have these. So what about all the presidents or stuff that have done horrible things,
right?
That don't have statues of them, that people are like, oh, Steven Tyler, who the fuck is that? 14th president?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I think it's
probably killed a bunch of people too.
Right.
But like now that
I'm just saying, like, you can leave the statues that are up, but if someone wants to build a new like Jefferson monument,
right.
like, no, go fuck it. Like, what are we gonna tear DC apart? Like, no, it's good to be able to reflect on what it's good to be able to reflect on what shit has happened. Like, I'm saying, like, you shouldn't be giving out the fucking Jefferson People of Freedom Award,
right?
Like that would, and like the like the DuBois fucking, or not DuBois, what the fuck?
The Warner Von Braun Award for keeping people treated fairly,
keeping people from hanging.
Don't they have they okay? You ever seen the movie? What is that? October Sky.
Air Bud?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, is that Warner Von Braun? He's in that.
Well,
right?
he's
a lookalike thing, right?
In it.
Yeah.
At the end, there's like an actual picture of him with the guy that Jake Gyllenhaal plays.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a way good movie.
That's not the one where they like build it in a farm shed.
No, it's you're thinking of Super 8.
I'm thinking it's a different one. It's a weird. I didn't even see the movie.
Like Farmer.
No, yeah, he's like, they're in a coal town in South Dakota, and he's the guy that helped build. Like, he designs a rocket, like a CO2 rocket that goes like, I think like 500 meters in the air or some shit like that, and then he like starts getting like famous around the whole state. And then he eventually goes to MIT and then works for NASA. But it was like, I think it's in the 30s, isn't it? The movie?
Yeah, that's a great movie,
it's like,
dude.
Yeah, it's so good. It's Jake Gyllenhaal, too. He's such a babe.
Great movie.
I think he was a teenager. No, he was in his 20s during that movie, I hope.
Yeah, I'm very sure.
You don't want to call him a babe when he's
I don't
like
want to call a 17-year-old a babe.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about the awards, I think, is what got me the most is like I think putting these guys, putting them up in a nice facility, like if you're a government and you see like, you're like, dude, we don't care, like come here and ship it, live comfortably here. We're going to treat you fucking very well. Like that's just, I don't know, governments will do that. But I think the prizes is a weird thing.
Yeah, that's like
it's such a weird fucking thing that it made me think, have they been giving this prize out for so long? Is that what they're known for? Is this prize? And they're like, well, if we kind of change the name, we'll lose all. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher this. I think notoriety. Is that the right word? Notoriety for what their award. Like they want this long-standing award. What happens when they change it? Boom! It's like starting a new Twitch channel. You're this whole new streamer guy. No one, Well, people will know about you, but they won't.
A lot of those awards that they give out like that are like super rare, so just reprint them. with something else on it. Like name it the Sacagawea Award of humanitarianism. I don't know, like, but like fucking got what the Kurt Dubas Award of fucking humanitarianism. Like
that's what it is. Yeah, Dubose or Dubose. Yeah, fuck. Isn't that weird?
I wonder
Isn't
what he
that
ever did for
stupid?
humanitarianism. Like, did he help anybody
in America, not in Germany? He didn't fucking. He helped fuck all in Germany.
I don't know. Yeah,
he helped people not die in a gas chamber, I guess, but
that's sending them up to the moon or
something.
What?
Did you guys look into it all about like what I thought was kind of interesting too? This lady was talking about it, like the dueling scars that they have on their faces. DeBaus has one. I think Otto's Ambrose might have one. I can't remember actually, or maybe it was Blum. Maybe it was Blum had one, but it was shit they did back when they were like going through college, and they would duel each other, and it was like fencing. But all they had was eye protection and nose protection. Everything else was unblocked, because when you would fight, if you would get struck in the face, they would shove horsehair into the cut to try and make it more pronounced.
God damn.
So like if you look up like
was a weird
if you
year.
look up like Kurt DeBose, like he has
it's like right here.
it's on the cheeks. They have these fucking nasty looking cuts, and to them it's like a pride thing. They showed a picture of one of the guys. His fucking cheek was split open like 2 inches and like 4 inches wide. It was disgusting. It was so gross. But to them, it's like, yo,
pride.
Like, yeah, it's like if you got a scar. And there's a picture with, I don't know if it's DeBose, but with JFK. Actually, yeah, DeBose was the director of the JFK Center.
NASA's launch operations.
And fucking you see him standing with JFK, sitting there with this big ass scar on his face. Like, I wouldn't want to fuck with that guy. Like, even if he's in his fucking 80s, like that shit's scary. Like, why would I even want to go near that guy? It doesn't make sense. Especially since he was fucking Werner von Braun's number 2. Them Nazis are some crazy people.
Fucking A.
Why do you hate Nazis, Mike?
Because it's fucking fascism.
It's fascism. You would never be friends with a Nazi?
Not knowingly.
Not knowingly, yeah. AJ ran back to his chair. He wants to answer the question.
Oh! Was it friends?
Fascist.
Fascist? Oh, no.
I almost legit made it Nazi.
I thought you were running back to your chair because you wanted to chime in on it. We should be friends with the Nazi.
I just wanted to, before I fucking forgot. I literally heard it through the wall. I was like, shit.
That's fucking hilarious. I really thought you were running back because you wanted to answer about if you wanted to be friends with the Nazi. I was like, you're crazy, AJ. You're wild. Get in here. Let me hear what you have to say.
It was going to be that or canceled. Or like cancel culture. Because I thought that might come up. Still might, but.
Interestingly enough, one of the other members or 2 other members that were on fucking the team that helped NASA get to the moon was Abraham Silverstein and where'd this other name go? I don't know, some other Jewish guy.
He's like, the Jewish guy's like, you want me to work with him? I don't want to work. You want me to work with him? I remember him. He fucking spanked me when I wasn't working fast enough.
Dude, the thing that like all these hardcore like Nazis, the amount of respect and power that Werner von Braun held over them, like, makes me inclined to believe every accusation that's ever been made about him, as far as like prisoners of war and captives and workers say about him.
Mm-hmm. It's insane. it's the lack of respect they I'm not saying I can get behind the idea of using them for experiments and stuff like that, like speed and gravity and cold tests and the saltwater shit that they did. Like, I can understand why they're doing that, but some of the shit they do just to kill people, I'm just like, wow, that is some demonic shit.
Yeah.
That is some crazy fucking shit that you are doing. The guy, who'd you say it was that uses a fucking samurai sword or some shit to just chop people's limbs off?
Oh, a longsword,
it was Ivan the Terrible. Yeah. Oh my God. What the fuck? Oh, we didn't do the shot. Oh, I was really hoping I was like, God damn it. I wish I didn't drink all my Fireball. I was really hoping I would use that for the shot instead. Michael, pour that bitch, please. I want to get this over with.
Oh, my bad.
Ugh.
I was looking at something, and this guy named Henry Sloan, he was a engineer there.
By the way, if anyone's listening to the episode or you're listening live, whoever you may be, feel free to grab a shot and take a big old cheers with us.
Unless you're doing what most people that listen to podcasts do and are driving right now, then don't take a shot.
Well, I mean,
unless it's like a go-kart. Can you drunk drive a go-kart?
No,
or is that operating a fucking motorized vehicle?
My buddy got fucking hit on a fucking lawnmower.
Jesus Christ.
Hold up.
Oh shit. Fuck. Oh,
Fun
man.
fact.
Whoa.
But this Henry Sloan guy or whatever, he was saying NASA was built by Jews, Russians,
and Nazis,
and hillbillies. I thought the hillbillies part was awesome.
Dude, they could be some smart people.
I mean,
probably making moonshine and shit like out there, like
on the moon.
No, I mean, well,
they think the name comes from, Michael. You think they didn't call it Alabama Shine?
Exactly.
Damn.
You think some fucking hee-haw just like drinking some swill and was ooh,
like somebody
put you on the moon.
They brought the alcohol to the moon with them, and then they're like, "Dang, call that moonshine." His fucking Alabama buddy looks at him, goes, "Oh my God, oh my God, what did you just say? What did you just say? Say it again. Say it again. God damn it!"
I said moonshine.
Does anyone? What is the actual? Does anyone know the actual term? Like why it's called moonshine?
Yeah, because Buzz Aldrin made it.
No, it's because they would do it in the moonlight because it's illegal as fuck.
Yeah, they do it in the woods under moonlight.
Okay. That's perfectly fitting.
No, it was
That's
Buzz
wild.
Aldrin on the
fucking
moon.
Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. They got wasted.
That's the only way, dude.
You know why the flag is still stiff on the moon? Because they forgot to take the pin out of it. Because they were fucking drunk.
Damn. Actually, otherwise it would have just fell.
Could you imagine being drunk in space? Dude, just like floating.
I would have, dude. They're like, you have 8 ounces.
You have
8 ounces of personal items you can bring with you on this mission. Bring all 8 ounces.
You'd be like, "Oh, my heartburn is killing me. Why won't it needs to go down? God damn it!"
Bring an 8 ounce
flask. Just like open a shooter and like throw it across the room and like space dive at it with
your
mouth open.
One of the guys that they worked with
liquid already.
Yeah, and you just like mouth open like
one of the guys that
fucking Pac-Man it.
They worked with, or one of the Nazis that they were working with was I think it was Harry Armstrong. Is that their fucking dad? I totally forgot to look into it. Does that sound familiar to anyone? That
he was hairy and his arms were strong?
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. I don't know. I was gonna look that up and I totally spaced on it.
Sounds like a Victorian age name where they're just like you fish, so your last name is now Troutman.
But I mean, doesn't that weird like oh yes, a little one. I brought you as many chocolates.
I brought you as many German turtles as you want.
It's the best. That's the best German imitation you'll get out of me. You want the chocolates, little one? I don't know. Isn't that weird though to think that like possibly like I don't even know. I almost want to look that up quick.
Is Harry Armstrong related to Neil Armstrong?
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, that related one thing. I just kind of want to know because think about it. If it's his dad, maybe he met Warren von Braun. Maybe him and
could have been.
Well, Neil Armstrong met Werner von Braun.
I think more as a kid. He like grew up around him.
It was like they're like best friends.
Oh, hello, little one.
It was Uncle fucking von Braun.
Oh God.
Uncle von Braun.
Oh no, never mind. It says Stephen Armstrong.
Stefan
Armstrong. Maybe. But yeah, still met fucking. I wonder to people who met them what they think now. Like, did they? I mean, I know they probably thought they were German scientists.
Well, they probably now think, "Oh my God, my bones hurt."
But it's like
because they're like 90 years old.
Well, did they know that they were fucking Nazis at the time?
I think they did because that was the propaganda. Was like these that's what they said was we got all the good Nazis. Like we did the bad Nazis.
Nazis are gone.
They're in. They went to fucking what's the trials in Nuremberg or whatever. They went to the Nuremberg trials and they're in jail. All 50 of them.
And
all 50 of those scientists are in jail right now.
Yeah,
okay?
and they teach us that in fucking school, and then you grow up and you learn about fucking Werner von Braun hanging Jews that work slow at his factory.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but he was a good Nazi. It's like, but was he?
That's what I mean. Like, what's Neil Armstrong when he's like fucking in his wheelchair and fucking they tell him, yeah, you didn't know that Warren von Braun hung Jews? And he just goes, what? Just shits his pants, I need my diaper changed. That's all I could imagine.
He's just like floating through space. He's like, Houston, we have a problem. And it's like, oh, Houston's not here right now. It's me, Mr. Warner von Braun.
Oh, hey, Warner.
It was only 185 people.
At Nuremberg?
Yeah.
That got sent to prison?
Yeah. 12 got death sentences.
Yeah, 12 got hung.
8 got fucking life, and then 77 got prison terms of varying lengths.
Didn't they get hung publicly?
Probably.
Or am I fucking high? Well, I'm both, but do they get hung publicly?
I will look.
That's insane that, like, you're going to fucking... I think public hanging that's crazy if they did that in like kind of this day and age. Oh my God.
Well, if you held...
They did. When was the last hanging? It was fucking not Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, he got thrown out of a helicopter.
No,
we don't know that he's dead.
It was fucking was it Saddam Hussein?
Saddam Hussein didn't he just like get dragged to the street with a rope around his neck until he died?
What was the one that was everybody was okay? So it was a joke in like 5th grade, bro. It was like well hung. Everybody would say whatever, and that was.
I don't remember. Maybe it is. It makes sense. I don't know.
I think it was Saddam Hussein.
That doesn't sound right.
I thought he got dragged to the street until he died, or maybe shot. I don't remember.
I heard he was good and like really helped America out. I don't know. Weird things.
He helped the Bushes and the fucking Dick Cheney make a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna fucking do some crazy shit, and then you guys just pay me like under the table, right? I don't know. I think
but like what I was gonna say is
Saddam Hussein.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is they say now if you held every like sitting U.S. president or past U.S. president to the Nuremberg standard, like they would be hung publicly.
It's insane.
Yeah.
They
which they're not going to. They're just gonna send them to Gitmo and fucking put them on a prison barge or something.
Or they're just not gonna do anything.
No. They're gonna get somebody. If not fucking war criminals, pedos.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they get one or the other or both.
Oh.
I don't know. It's wild.
And then maybe Dylan next.
I don't know, man. I've ding dong ditched plenty of houses when I was over the age of 18. So I think I probably could be tried as an adult, publicly hung.
Over the age of 18. Ding dong ditching.
I was party to someone throwing an egg at a moving vehicle one time.
Yeah, I've been there. I think you and I were there together, AJ.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about ding dong ditching is when we're walking home from the bars and I have a group of like 8 people that were walking back to my house. and I'd run to the house like two houses ahead of everyone and ring it, and then just tell everyone to run. I'd be like, and everyone fucking hated me. It was probably the best.
Fucking hilarious.
I did it. I did do it all the time, but I did a lot of shit. But that was one of my favorites. Was to just like, it's like you force your friends into doing it. You know, they don't have a choice. I don't know. That's funny. If you're a victim to one of those houses, I'm sorry.
If you are a loved one has mesothelioma,
I don't know. What another thing I think that we got from the Nazis was the Horton brothers. Those are the guys that were the designers of the stealth bomber, and which looked, you know, very. I mean, well, yeah, our stealth bomber looked fucking. That's where obviously like the design came from, and I think the guy who they worked under is like. I don't know if that was like Borton or whatever the fuck.
He's the inventor. I know you're talking. He's the inventor of the modern day wing of an airplane, where it's not perpendicular with the plane anymore. It's offset.
Mm-hmm.
Completely changed aerospace travel, I guess.
Yeah. So I think their boss, I can't remember, I didn't write it down, but whoever their boss was, something like that, was just held a high. I can't remember if it was Borton. I feel like I didn't write some of the more popular names because I was like, fuck those guys. They're just giving orders.
I can't pronounce that shit when I'm high and drunk.
Right. But yeah, I think that's crazy that like it really, like, because of their technology, like that's why we're fucking still on top, you know? What if fucking Russia or the whole rest of the world, like, what if they, where would we be if fucking Russia got fucking
Von Braun?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, they were fucking, if they would have got them, they would have beat the space race and America would have been fucking like shitty still. Because that's like the only reason America was like, oh, we're so great in like the last 60 years or whatever. We haven't done shit.
I can't believe that video, man. I can't believe that it just took people that long to. Because, like, I mean, it's totally. I can't say it's 100% proven, but I mean, they talk of, you know, it's definitely fake. Like, the moon landing, and it's like, dude, that's fucking insane. Like, I don't care that we made it to the moon. I think it's fucking insane that we faked the moon landing instead of saying
Super 8 film can't go through the cosmic belt. Sorry, we learned the hard way.
Well, I think it was fucking hilarious. They talk about the flag that's like waving in space, and they're like, no, like the flag wouldn't be waving in space. There's no fucking wind there.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys fucking high? Like,
well, I mean, you can't even get to that argument when you realize that Super 8 film can't travel through the cosmic belt.
They lied, man. And that's what, like, how betrayed do you have to be? That'd be like watching like a fucking, like a meteor, fucking this big ass meteor pass through space, and you're like, remember that, guys? And then really it was just like someone flying a drone that they said was a meteor, and fuck, dude. They're like seeing aliens, you know, in the street, and then they later
but
say
really,
it's
just Hillary Clinton.
It's just, yeah. Bro, did we ever find out really? Like they remember the whole thing in whatever state it was when they talked about the aliens being seen, like a UFO being seen, and they said it was a Goodyear blimp. Did anyone ever? Did we ever get any clarification? Did anyone ever look more into that?
Oh, it was a Goodyear blimp.
It was a good, like, for like
100%.
Blimps are still a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but
why?
remember,
I feel like
just the
blimps were
Goodyear.
a
I think
thing.
Goodyear blimp is probably the last blimp in existence, probably.
Yeah, probably.
But that's
the
what made
Heisenberg should have been the last blimp.
Isn't
in
that
existence.
weird though that they were like?
That was a fucking hydrogen blimp, though.
Yeah, no, we should have just stopped.
Dude, I saw this picture the other day that kind of fucking like threw me for a loop. It was like of like George Washington's army using hot air balloons to defend the fucking like the coast of invading ships and shit like that. Because they would just like fly up way up here and shit like that, like above the fucking
And just drop rocks on people.
well, fucking cannonballs. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never understood hot air balloons. It's a mystery.
Fuck that.
I wouldn't trust it.
No, I'm not gonna sit in a fucking
Well, they have
wicker
tied
basket.
down.
What?
It was tied down.
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna sit in a wicker basket 300 feet in the air.
I've done it once and it was just lame because it was tied down still, and it was just like, oh, okay, so we're here. and it took like 45 minutes to get this thing up in the air.
And you guys didn't even get to fly up.
Dude, where I lived in New
No, we
York, they
just
had like
fucking-
this huge like hot air balloon festival every year, and they're just like, this is fucking stupid.
How do you designate? Like, how do you control where you
Wind.
go?
The wind.
But the wind is the only thing that you can.
I'm pretty sure. And like you can go up and down.
I don't
That's what I
understand.
mean.
Okay,
It's
so
like, what?
in the movie, what's Around the World in 30 Days with Jackie Chan?
80.
Is it 80 days?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they throw the fucking bags off of the balloon and it makes them go lower. I think, if I remember right. I don't know. Hot air balloons, man.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Not for me. Nah.
Science's Achilles heel.
All kinds of nah.
Scientists Achilles heel. We'll never understand them. They don't make any sense.
The only hot air balloon I want is one that one of my boys blows up in the room and shoots it across at me.
Damn.
After COVID.
Nope.
Nope, during. I'm affecting this room.
Well, that's weird. They got these things called fucking balloon carriers. That it's just a big ass fucking balloon, like a hot air balloon up in the air, and it's fucking attached to ropes to like a fucking ship, and just fucking guiding the ship from up in the air.
What?
Dude, look at these fucking things. It's fucking gnarly looking.
Oh, like back in the day. I thought you were talking
Oh,
like
yeah.
modern day. I was like, why not
No.
just buy a motor?
Damn. Bro, you on what is that one movie that it's kind of they attach a bunch of balloons to the ship or whatever. Not Up with the house.
God damn, I was just about to say Up too.
And like Brendan Fraser, one of the best actors ever.
Oh, 100% agree.
Fucking The Mummy 2, I think is what it is. Where they had that balloon powered fucking like ship or whatever.
Mummy 2, where the waterfall, the water guy, sand
water
guys chasing him and shit. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Brendan
Watch
Fraser
Bucky.
was sick, bro.
He still is. I think he's working on a new project now.
Is he?
From what I hear on the streets.
The Mummy 7, The Mummy Returns,
I thought
even
he,
more.
The Mummy Returns, but harder.
I think they actually fucking like took him out of that movie. And like the last two of them or something.
Well, isn't it Tom Cruise?
No, the
Isn't
Tom Cruise one is they're supposedly working on a project where they're remaking all of the old horror movies. It's not like the Mummy franchise. It's just like separate. And it's like his government agency where he works with Dr. Jackal and shit like that.
Huh.
But it's
Like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen meets like old horror movies.
Oh,
Is what the idea was, but I think the Mummy flopped. So I don't think they're going to do another one.
Tom Cruise's yeah, of course.
I liked it.
Oh, did you?
I thought it was pretty dope. I mean, the action, and it's a Tom Cruise movie. I mean, it's not going to be terrible.
Right. I'm not gonna say I fucking I like Tom Cruise. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I like Tom Cruise a lot. I was on the bandwagon that I didn't like Tom Cruise just because everyone said it. And when I finally watched like my first Mission Impossible movie, I was like, I hate fucking, what are they called? The religion or whatever.
Scientology.
Or Scientology. Fucking weird as shit. Fucking hate it. The guy's fucking acting though. Love it. Love Tom Cruise.
Dude,
I don't know why.
He had me sold when he was jumping on Oprah's couch screaming about
Yeah.
Scientology.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
I am a fan of this.
What
guy.
did he
He's-
say, dude? When he was,
I don't know.
I don't remember either, but it was.
I
so
love Zorgon.
fucking-
I love Zorgon.
Yeah.
like that. Dude, I don't know, but dude, the thing about Tom Cruise that gets me, I don't like how they film him because they always film him to make him look like a tall guy,
Yeah.
and he's not a tall guy, and I don't like that.
Yeah, he's like 5'8", isn't he?
Isn't that
He's
what
like
that?
5'6".
I feel like that's what a lot of actors are, just really short people.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Is
very
it?
true.
Like,
Really?
yeah, I'm not to say no. Like, we're just tall people. We're taller people. I think about that a lot. I'm
You're
like,
like 6'2". You're not short.
I'm like 6.
I'm like, what happens?
I'm 5'12".
Dude,
Okay?
think about these people. Like, I'm not saying I know how tall Mark Wahlberg is, but what if he was, a shorter guy, and you're like, dude, this guy's buff, he's big, and then you meet him, and it's just a fucking small fry, and you're like, oh, like, I mean, yeah, you could kick my ass, but you probably can't see you over a crowd of people, huh? Like,
Yeah, but-
they're gonna put me in a movie with you, and I'm just gonna be the big buff guy because you're a fucking small fry.
Oh, you think you're big shit? You look normal walking through New York City. What's up?
Does anyone remember how tall fucking Mel Gibson is? Because that's like that movie Braveheart where they had to have him, like, they dug a whole fucking trench out for him to walk through in a scene. Or for the girl. The girl had to walk through a trench so that way he seemed taller. Did you ever hear about that?
No,
Braveheart?
that's fucking
They
amazing.
dug a trench out. They made a trench for the girl part to walk through it.
You know who hates Jews is Mel Gibson.
I think he
He's
does.
5'10".
Is he?
Yeah, that's not short.
She must have been like
legit, they look like they dug a trench for this bitch to walk next
Wait,
to him.
wasn't there a movie with Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise?
Mr. Miss. No, wait.
Not Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
That's
but it's
fucking
like the
Pitt.
agent or something like that, or the killer, or something like that.
I
It's
don't
like Tom
remember.
Cruise and Cameron Diaz, but he's like the same height as her in the movie, and it's like that bitch is like 6'3".
Night and day.
Night and day, yeah. It's like that bitch is like 6'3". Tom Cruise is like, like he
5'4".
was he wearing platform shoes the whole time?
Probably.
Like they never shot his feet the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like shins, like he has the longest shins in the world.
Really tall fucking Skechers, you know?
He's 2 inches shorter than Cameron Diaz. He is 5'7" and she is 5'9".
Really?
Damn, he's
Yeah.
5'7".
Yeah.
Wow.
Then how the fuck did they make Cameron Diaz the same height as Ashton Kutcher?
How tall is Ashton Kutcher?
I thought he was 6'2".
Hell yeah, that's a respectable height.
Yep.
Yeah. What he was in a movie with her and they're like the same height.
It's all about the camera angles, dude.
I guess, but I mean you're shooting the low shot. She doesn't have any boobs, so what's the point?
Dana, I'm fact researching over here, so you can settle
He's
down,
researching Dana. Bro, one thing just wrote, not to bring fucking back to
Back to the Nazis.
just real quick. One thing I thought was fucking wild was the guy, fucking Otto Ambrose, the one he fucking created like the synthetic rubber, because, and I don't know I don't know factually, but it was said that they were running out of rubber for like tread for tanks and fucking wheels and
for
shit
everything.
like that.
Yeah, people
And
in
it
these
is literally him that in that's like like they didn't really talk about if that was going to be the change of the war, but I mean in my opinion, yeah, that's kind of a big fucking deal. It even says Hitler like fucking I can't even remember what he got from it, but I mean that probably changed the war. Was one of the biggest
yeah.
factors into changing the war.
And he also was known for his work on nerve agents.
On nerve
nerve agents.
Nerve, like gases.
Chemical
and stuff
gas.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. He and then now it's like I think it says all of my notes. I honestly don't remember. It says something about like U.S. Energy, like he was part of the U.S. Energy Department.
Makes
After,
sense.
after his trial.
Yeah, which is just absolutely fucking insane.
Well, one thing like with World War II is like people back in the US, like stay-at-home moms that didn't have an income because their husbands were at war and shit. Like they were recycling rubber, like the tires off of their cars
Mm-hmm.
and the hoods off their cars for steel for tanks and shit like that.
Damn.
Because they said like the Panzer tank was the best tank ever made, and it could take out 3 Tiger tanks, but we could produce 4 Tiger tanks for every 1 Panzer tank ever made.
Damn.
Yeah.
Which makes me question that Shia LaBeouf movie with Brad Pitt where they're in the tank.
Fucking what's
movie is
that
that?
called?
The One or something.
No,
I don't know. I'm so bad with movie names.
God, it's like one word or something. Blitz or fucking.
It might be Blitz. Actually,
it's not Blitz. I would know it if I heard it. I don't know, but it was a good movie.
I never saw it, but
It was actually, I really enjoyed it. I love Brad Pitt and I do love Shia LaBeouf.
oh fucking, have you seen his audition? They're remaking Cool Times at Ridgemont High, and he auditioned for the lead role, and it's just him getting fucking high as shit in his car, just freaking the fuck out and doing like lines from the movie.
That sounds
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
I'll put it in our Discord later if I remember.
Do you think so we have the show Hunters, which obviously was when that came out, that was a big hit, kind of exposing Project Paperclip, and like a lot of people were really into that show. Like I fucking at work, that's all everyone was talking about.
Yeah, and people would be like, "Wait, we had Nazis that built NASA," and I'd be like, at work, I'd be like, "Yeah, you guys didn't fucking know that? Like you graduated from college."
Oh my
last
god,
month.
some of the experiments, like one of the experiments that I remember reading, this wasn't from the show, but it was literally like they would turn the temperature so cold to just see when the body froze.
Oh yeah,
and died, or what temperature the body would die.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Drinking salt water, they just pour salt water into them to see how when they die. Try and make them immune to salt water. I don't know. It's actually insane. But when are they going to make? My thing is like we've had the show, which Al Pacino, like that's fucking big. Like I'm glad they made that and it opens people's eyes. But when are we going to have like a movie? When are we gonna have Michael Bay direct fucking Project Paperclip? When's the next big fucking movie?
Write it and email it to an exec.
I don't know. I honestly think that's the next big movie that once that gets made, I don't know. People are gonna
sell it to ABC. Just write up a script and email it to them.
It doesn't work out that easily because 2 years ago, me and my friend Thad were trying to call up. We called up NBC, ABC, MSNBC. We called up everywhere. We were trying to pitch this story to them, and they'd just listen to our story for 5 minutes, and like, "Oh, we're gonna have to transfer you to another line." And everybody would transfer us for an hour. Like we were just at work, just fucking bored out of our mind. They would just set us on hold because we were just talking about super random stuff. It wasn't meant to be serious.
Right. I mean, any day to prank a news channel, even local, like fuck local news. Even I'm
talking like ABC, like LA. You email someone from their script, and they will let you know whether it's a dog shit or not within 2 days.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure most of the times when you pitch something, you just have to write the first 20 pages.
Really?
Wait, what? When you pitch
something to a studio, they just want the first 20 pages or some shit like that.
Oh, like a script or something like that,
or the first a pilot. They want a pilot or
we could write one of those.
We can write
Nazis killing Jews.
Wait,
this Monday live at the Auschwitz camp.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying.
WWE style. Dude, it could be all just sketch comedy kind of shit. Just
Monday.
I don't think you'd pass that in Hollywood. It's mostly Jewish.
No, little skits.
Yeah, that's true. They'd be like, no, I bet you'd say that. They're like, finally, our time to show what happened. People are actually taking interest. It's time to show what happened.
And then you page 2, the Undertaker walks in.
Yeah.
They'd be no.
Page 2, the fucking American officer walks in and fucking does a swanton bomb off the top rope.
Could we get sued for putting Iron Boy in there? Would we get sued for that?
It'd be but it would look like the Iron Giant, but only smaller.
Exactly. So we wouldn't get sued, obviously. He would be bronze instead of whatever fucking he was. Iron, bullshit. That guy was probably tin at best.
If he was iron, he would have totally greened out.
They should have built him in automail, like in a Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been strong as fuck.
Yeah,
they fucked up.
I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot more on fucking. I think it's something that I think America just totally is passing off. I think Hunters was an amazing show. I fucking love it, and the ending of the first season was so good. It was so good. And I just am like, I wish more people would look into this and realize all the fucked up shit.
How fucked
up it is. Because it really happened. All of the older people in our generation, people let's say 50 and above, they probably don't give a goddamn shit. They don't give a fuck.
Well, and they lived through the progress from...
Well, not to say they weren't. Yeah,
they're just oblivious to it.
Exactly.
Let
me tell you, everybody 50 and above, 50 and below, doesn't know about any of it because they were just born.
I think 50, we almost, 50, but isn't it? But
50 we right now.
No, yeah,
50 right now is
1970,
and they were awarded this in 1969. They don't know anything like that right now.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, hey, this German guy won a medal from NASA.
Right.
Mhm.
Cool. I'm 3 years old.
Well,
Goo
then
Gaga suck my ass.
they're treated. It's so weird how they were one of my favorite. One of the scenes in Hunters is, they find Warren von Braun, and supposedly he died of complications, and they were like, no, like he's alive, and we found him, and I'm like, you know what, like because they said he died of health reasons or something like that, and I just was like. I was like, you know what? You guys saying he's still alive? I probably believe that way fucking more. Because he, at that point in time when he died, I think they were saying he was around his, probably like his 60s, something like that. I can't remember, but somewhere around that time.
It's like 1980 something.
Something like that. But I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't believe that.
Well, we already know for a fact that the U.S. military moved someone that was found guilty of war crimes to a different country to continue research for the U.S. government.
Fucking, I think that was wait.
So
no, it wasn't.
On Werner von Braun's fucking gravestone, it says Psalms fucking 19 or whatever. And fucking if you look up Psalms 19, oh, I got a space.
Oh, yeah, it was the Schreiber. Schreiber was the one who was like outed, like came to America outed, went to fucking Argentina, which they're like, one of the people that was doing like an interview was talking about how she went there, and it's crazy. They're out there celebrating shit like Oktoberfest and shit like that. Like it's total German towns and cities, or I guess I don't know cities.
Yeah, there's a
like
docuseries called Hunting Hitler.
Never seen that. That sounds cool.
It's a former Navy SEAL team that got together and they pitched a docuseries to I can't remember what channel, Spike maybe, I don't know, some channel, and they just go to Argentina and they're trying to find like what happened to Hitler.
Mm-hmm. It makes I think not necessarily Argentina, but like you said, these other fucking countries that were offhand supporting
Egypt, Italy.
Yeah. Offhand supporting. I think that's huge too. That's so crazy that you have countries that I think those are so insane. These countries that are just looking from the outside, don't have their hands in it at all, and are just like
Italy was kind of still in there. They fucking what's his name?
I mean, that was more fucking
Mussolini.
Mussolini and shit was
the guy who evicted Aleister Crowley from his country because he was doing
South America,
doing things that were so bad.
It's South America, and I think that's just insane. And it's hard not to, though. I mean, like I don't know the exact facts of it, but how they talked about how Hitler did a lot of good things and got Germany, moving in a better direction until shit started going south. I don't know what part of that's true, but obviously, whether it was true or not, obviously spread to countries because
he smoked some DMT and saw the wrong fairy, dude.
I don't know. It just makes me wonder, like, what
he was obsessed with aliens too. I don't know.
Yeah, was he
Hitler? Oh, the whole V2 rocket was designed to go into space to send a
invitation to
about that. Invitation to aliens to come converse with him.
Okay. Where are the aliens? We try and tell them, we're like, listen, stop disguising yourself as Goodyear blimps, okay? Like, we know you're there. Stop disguising yourself as Goodyear blimps. If aliens really wanted to watch us and come down in their UFOs, they'd come down and pretend to be Goodyear blimps. Why would we ever see real UFOs when they know the secret is just
why
pretend
are we still
to be
seeing blimps in 2020?
So, okay, and
why aren't people shooting at the Goodyear blimp? I'm sorry, but why aren't people? I'm not trying to say that we would ever do that, but why aren't there people out there trying to shoot their gun at the Goodyear blimp? I don't know.
You go to Wisconsin, you'll find a few of them.
That's why I would never ride a blimp or an air balloon, because there's probably some 11-year-old boy that lives out on a farm or something that's like, I bet I could hit that with my rifle.
In Wisconsin, it's legal to shoot drones over top of your property.
Oh, I mean, shit.
I mean, if I see a blimp, oh, that's a drone.
If it was legal to shoot something over my property and I own property and something was above it, probably shoot it too.
Taking the 30-06 out there. Hitting it for fucking
target practice.
Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't think I'd hit it. I was just fucking around.
Now, if only they would pass a law in town that I could shoot a deer in my backyard, that'd be fucking hot.
Y'all got deer back here?
Oh, all the time.
Even with the fence, they just be popping.
I haven't seen one since we got the fence, but
oh hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of more towards, towards the river, towards more trees.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably wandering around.
Even coming
easily.
up First Street at like 3 a.m. Like if I like take an early nap and I wake up at 2 and I want McDonald's, or 3 and I want McDonald's, and I go to McDonald's, I come back, fucking deer all across First Street.
A dart.
We
a green one?
What's that?
Just like some guy in his tractor or what?
No, just like the brown ones.
We'll get one of them. We'll set it to Dana. We'll have him turn it into meat and jerky. Not me. I don't want to be a part of it. I'll eat it, but
I'll butcher it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang it next to Juanita.
Yep. Our studio
It's the
podcast fucking buck or whatever.
It's an antelope.
Oh yeah.
She's the guardian.
I wish it was alive. I wish we just kept
the back of your head the whole time.
Just come down for a nice old pet. That'd be pretty sexy.
I can get better, but she sheds.
Yeah.
Doesn't grow the hair back, so don't pet her too much.
Yeah, and she's always begging for food too. Always when I got my pizza, she just wants it. That's just me thinking about my cats.
About Piper.
Oh yeah, Piper and my cats, man. Goddamn.
Cats like pizza.
Anytime you bring anything, if they hear a bag wrinkle, they're gonna be pissed off that they're not getting anything.
Hell yeah.
Sounds about right.
So talking about Werner von Braun or whatever in his when on his gravestone, it says Psalms 19. And if you look that up, it says the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. So if you look up what is a firmament, it says a firmament is a vast solid dome created by God on the second day or whatever. So the guy that knows a lot about fucking the world thinks that there's a fucking solid dome over the earth is what I kind of get over that.
I don't know. That's some crazy, like, you just took some really cool hallucinogens and I'll have what he's having type of shit,
Yeah, I could take that.
Or it's like a spiritual thing where they see the dome as protection.
It could be. Or what if we're
that's what, like,
what if we're in a flat earth? Conspiracy theory, man.
Whenever I hear like that and people saying Bible verses like that, I'm like, it probably is very poorly transcribed and translated. And it was, he created this field around us for protection or some shit like that. Like,
did you see that fucking? I mean, have you looked into anything else that King James has fucking written?
No. Well, is he crazy?
No, I don't know.
Crazy as fuck.
Which one was King James?
King James is the one that fucking did the latest rewrite of the Bible.
The New Testament. He
did the whole New Testament?
No, well, yes and no.
What the fuck is that anyways? The fact that I'm sorry, this is getting religious. I'm not dogging it. I don't believe it, but just how they go from Old Testament to New Testament. And is that why you say that's why? It's because this guy was
no.
Old Testament's like the
God
aspect. Like all the Bible stories, and the New Testament's Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the New Testament is the Son of God.
But
is like the
King James had also written a book called Demonology.
Yeah, dude, I almost bought that. I almost bought a leather
by King James, dude. Like, why is the guy that's writing the Bible also writing about?
Well, he's not necessarily. He's officiating what's getting put into the
demons. They talk about demons, and that's a Christianity
it's
believe
in
in
the
demons,
Bible,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't pass confirmation. Okay, I just quit church way before that.
Things did he take out of the Bible?
Oh yeah, no, there were like so the original Roman Catholic Bible had like, I think like 3 more chapters in the New Testament than the New Bible. I'm not very well versed, but off the top of my head, that feels like it sounds right.
Did you guys ever look at the stories?
The
Did you guys ever look at stories from like other stories, like when they talk about like Jonah and the whale, how that was also a story from like from before that, like a story from another culture had the same exact story, and like other stories, multiple stories from the Bible.
It's all just been taken and rewritten.
People that look at religion and be like, if Jesus was real, he was just a fucking rip-off artist of all the greatest hits. Yeah. It's like the kids bop album of religion.
I mean, think about how stupid people were back in the day. No one could fact check you. You couldn't get fact checked by writing the Bible.
I mean, I don't think that we'll say that he wasn't a real person, but I don't think that his name was Jesus.
No, it was like, God, what was it?
Yahweh.
Jesus.
Owea.
It starts with a W or Y.
Yeah, it's like Yahweh.
Yeah. Yahweh.
Isn't that like some like Jewish or something?
He also wasn't white, so we'll throw that out there.
That's my favorite. I think honestly, one of my favorite facts. I guess I wouldn't say facts because we don't know if he was real. We don't know what happened, but
we know for a fact if he was real,
he was not white. If he was real, yes. Well, the fact that he was brown is fucking awesome, and I want to slap every white person in the face if they have a cross around their neck.
Okay,
because if he's brown, and you probably bet he's white.
I've seen a lot of hieroglyphics as well, though, that they differentiate between black people and white people, or not. They're not really white in those pictures. They're more like tan, but like they definitely differentiate between those two.
Well, the Egyptians also enslaved all over Africa.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah. So
everybody got enslaved.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that slavery is still a thing.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks to your boy.
God, I need to find a sound.
Isn't that weird?
Thanks, Obama.
Germans killing Jews in another country. They're doing their business, and we still are like, that's terrible. Thinking about us second-handedly opening up slavery in Libya, and I don't know. That to me, that's just like, we should be hanging these people. Like, we should be fucking chasing these guys down the streets.
Yeah.
We even talked about this. Like, we were talking about how Obama kind of was not necessarily going dark, but we were like, well, this is kind of when Obama's going to stop kind of showing up.
The media just gave him like this fucking like God status, dude.
Well, now I thought he was going to die out. And fuck if I'm
he has his own production company and he has a deal with Netflix. He's not going anywhere.
Someone just posted something about how it was some article or some meme about Obama. Oh God, what was it? About how Obama wasn't a child like Trump and not posting random rants on Twitter. And I'm like, bro, if that's honestly what the president does and that's the worst thing he does, that's fucking great. That would be awesome if that was the worst thing. And then someone comments on his post, well said, brother. And I'm like, he didn't even say anything.
Exactly,
he just posted someone else's fucking dumbass meme.
Were you on like the chat that I was having an argument with somebody on or what?
I don't know, but it blew my mind that it's like, really, like, you think that's like, if that's what you're complaining about, that is the smallest offense I could think of that a president would have done. And not even an offense. That's not even illegal. It's not illegal at all. Usually, if you're a president and you want to talk shit, if you're a good president and you've done good things for this country, get on Twitter and fucking shit on people.
I got some off-air tea in that subject, if I remember, before you guys take off when we're wrapped up.
Off-air tea?
Yeah, off-air tea. I don't really want to throw it out there on the podcast yet.
What's the T stand for?
T, it's just like gossip drama.
Tuberculosis.
Off-air
which is what I was thinking of earlier. The disease where the fucking guy killed like 6,000 Jews.
Yeah, I got some off-air tuberculosis.
It's because they had tuberculosis that he killed them.
Y'all looking like a real treat tonight, so I'm going to give you tuberculosis.
Hey, I got the TBs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much more on fucking these
assholes.
One thing I was kind of curious about was that it wasn't Braun. I think it was Schreider.
Okay.
It was like Schreider and I think it was Dr. Bloom were rivals. Like they were kind of rivals. And I don't know if anyone, I doubt it's such a small little fucking fact.
Orlando.
But that they were Bloom and fucking Schreider were like rivals. And they were in different departments. One was probably chemical, one was probably fucking, a therapist. I don't know. But either way, it's just crazy to me to think about, some scientists hating other scientists. Because that made me think, what happens when some of these scientists get caught, right? And then these scientists are like, oh, that Dr. Bloom guy, he doesn't know shit. You guys should just kill him. Just kill him. Let me do it. I'll do it. He doesn't have very good research. Let me kill him.
All my friends say that I'm the best scientist.
Right. Exactly. That's what makes me think. Like, what if some of these scientists...
The research out there is the best research.
Like, you talk about that group that went around and, like, pre-killed the scientists and the good scientists and everything.
T-group.
Like, what if...
Pre-captured, not
pre-killed. Pre-captured. Never mind. I thought it was, like... Oh, those guys suck.
The T-Force.
Like, those guys over there, they fucking suck. Like, you guys should definitely.
I like to imagine
that
they just like left them like handcuffed to a radiator.
That'd be the best way to kill someone. Like I
just like he's the last one alive and he's eating the people around him. He's like, I fucking hate the taste of blood.
Like he'd have to eat his foot if he wants to live. He'd have to chop his foot off and eat it.
I don't think anybody should get tortured. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
I think people should get tortured. I think there's people in this world that should get tortured.
If you're a torturer, you should get reciprocated torture.
Outside
of that,
I think if you kill someone and you do some fucked up shit or you kill someone and it's like I'm sorry, but you know what? You're about to learn fucking today.
Do you guys remember that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where like the dad gets arrested in Canada?
No.
And they hang him upside down and spank him with fucking giant pencils.
Yes, I do actually.
That sounds familiar.
Because his dad worked at a pencil place.
Yeah. That's what should happen to everyone that ever kills a kid. They should just hang upside down for the rest of their life.
No.
Get smacked with pencils.
Okay, if we're going to go off fucking TV shows / movies, they should do what they do to fucking Hitler and Little Nicky.
I don't remember what happens. I've never seen that whole movie.
Oh, it's in the very beginning, and they shove pineapples up his butt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's gay and he likes. I don't know.
I don't think you could. I don't know. I don't think anyone would.
Is it going up? Is it going up like stem first or?
Like yeah, I mean you get the fucking leaves.
Stem first or?
I think it's the whole
first.
thing. I don't think they plan on letting the pineapple come out. I bet they just fucking shove it up there.
Yeah, you just keep getting more and more. One every day.
But he's in hell, so he's already dead.
Yeah, but I mean,
oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. That's a wild thought.
Well, you just turn into a pineapple cannon, like someone squeezes your gut, and you just start
next week.
Gunning.
Next week, when we talk about hell and all the punishments in hell. Hell's a crazy place, and we're gonna talk about it.
2 hours already. Holy shit.
Yeah, Jikes. Last time I checked at the clock, it was literally an hour ago, and I was like, "Well, we're about done."
Dude, my brain has like still since that one like 4-minute rant Dylan did, and like my brain is still trying to catch up. Yeah.
I think it's just a misunderstanding.
I think it makes sense, but there was like one word that wasn't the right word.
Yeah,
and it fucking threw me off so hard.
I think if we talked in a place that we could like spend more time on a subject, but I get it's like we're on a time limit. We don't want to. We got to make things move, and then I'm just like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna make this through. But we could just forget about the whole thing. Who cares?
Nope. Go back and find it, guys.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. But yeah, let's
if you think let's
call her raps.
If you think I'm right, donate $5 to the podcast. If you think I'm wrong, donate $5 to the podcast.
If you think I'm ugly, donate $5 to the podcast.
That's a good one. We'd be rich by now.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for an episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions. But at the end of the day,
who really knows?
Yes.
Damn it! I wanted to say it with you. Fuck.
Well, I saw your lips start to move, so I stopped.
I was gonna do it like
I was way excited about it.
I was gonna do the last 2 episodes. I was like, should I say it with him? But I'm like, I'll probably mistime it. I'll probably fuck it up. Keep going, AJ. Sorry, I messed the flow up.
But no, you didn't mess up shit. But yeah, make sure if you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, make sure you subscribe, follow, and rate, comment. Follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, on Instagram at WRKPodcast, and hit up the Patreon page, patreon.com/WRKPod. Links are all going to be in the description of everything. But if you need an easy access way to get to it, hit up WRKPodcast.com. Yeah, we will catch you next week.
If you wanna share us to your friends, subscribe to the channel, because then we can get, like we've been talking about, the custom URL would be pretty fucking sick. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Let us get that custom URL on YouTube.
Yeah, that's all I want. If we only hit that and that's where the YouTube growth stops, God forbid we got our custom URL. But it won't stop there, and the content is never going to stop. So make sure you hit your one-stop shop, boys, at WRK Podcast. All right?
Show us some love.
Yeah, give us all the love that you can fucking...
Show us more than love.
Yeah.
Show us money. Show me the money.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week.